Hello everyone, this is Sandeep. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about Vanda orchid. Before growing Vanda, we should know the characteristics of Vanda orchids. There are two types of growing habits of orchids. One is sympodial growth, that means Dendrobium, Cattleya, etc. And one is monopodial growth, that means Vanda, Phalaenopsis, etc. Sympodial orchid, they grow horizontally like Dendrobium, Cattleya, etc. And monopodial growth, they grow vertically, upright stem, and these are single stemmed orchid like Phalaenopsis or Vanda. They produces a series of leaves, those grows alternatively either side of the stem. They do not have any pseudobulbs like Dendrobium, Cattleyas and Cymbidium also. Look, this is a Cymbidium plant and it has pseudobulbs. You can see here, they can store energy here, but Vanda orchid do not have any pseudobulbs. Sometimes you may notice a baby plant at the bottom of the plant like this. It has a baby plant at the bottom, you can see here. Now come to the growing habits of Vandas. The roots are usually covered with a thick protective layer of dead cells called velamen. They act as a sponge to absorb water and nutrients. The roots are photosynthetic, that means they can use sunlight to make their own food. You can see roots are whitish in color right now. Now I am going to water on it and you can see the change of the roots color. It is turning from white to green. You can see the white roots are turning in green color. You can see because they can do photosynthesis by their roots. This is the condition of roots, you can see after watering. Vanda orchid requires a huge amount of humidity, around 70 to 80% humidity needed to grow a Vanda orchids. It is a challenging part to grow a Vanda orchids. Most of the beginners kill their Vanda orchids due to this reason. Vanda needs a good amount of humidity with good air circulation. They have broad aerial roots which can preserve moisture. If you kept your Vanda in excess moisture condition, it can cause disease and rot that ultimately damage your plant. In nurseries, they grow Vanda orchid in different shades, so they can create artificial humidity for them, as they prepare separate shade only for Vandas. But you are a hobbyist, you are growing different types of orchids in one shade, so it becomes difficult for you to maintain such humid condition for your Vandas. And your precious Vanda suffers for that reason. In this video, I will tell you few tips to prevent such conditions. There are three types of Vanda you may see. One is strap-leaved, that means broad flat leaves like this. These all are strap-leaved Vanda. You can see leaves are broad and flat type. The second type is terete-leaved Vanda. Terete means round pencil like shape. You can see this is a upright stem and it looks like a pencil like shape. you can see these all are terete leaf vanda. This is a leading one, leading stem, you can see, and the last one is semi-terete, it an orchid which is hybrid of strap leaf and terete leaf. Now come to light requirements. All three types of vandas needs bright indirect sunlight, but terete leaf vanda needs more sunlight to bloom. Not only that, terete leaf vanda can tolerate direct sunlight also for some times. Semi-terete leaf vanda need lesser light than terete leaf vanda, and strap leaf vanda require lesser light than other vandas. If you want to grow a vanda in your home climate, then you can use this type of basket with coconut coir. It is one of my vanda plant, you can see it is a hybrid one, and it is Bangkok sunset. It is growing well in this basket. You can see the roots are growing nicely, because coconut coir can give this plant a good air circulation and quick drainage system. This is one of my Rhynchostylis retusa. It is Rhynchostylis retusa var alba, and when I got this plant, it was slightly dehydrated and I was worried about it, but I kept in it about 3 months back, and you can see the roots are doing well and plant is looking so fresh right now, and it produces a baby plant also. Here you can see on the base of the plant from here. Now plant is okay. So coconut coir is an excellent medium to grow a vanda orchid in your home atmosphere. It can give you a good air circulation and good humidity. And remember, I want to tell you that you only use this coconut coir only, because if you use coconut husk, then coconut husk will retain more moisture and root may be damaged. So I want to tell you that you can use coconut coir. And this is my rooftop water tank. You may see in my other video also. I place my vandas above this water tank. The aerial roots are getting humidity from the water vapor. If I notice any dryness in my vanda, I put them under this water tank for half an hour, because it will get more moisture and roots can suck more water from dehydrated to getting hydrated, like this. Vanda needs more fertilizer than other orchids. In summer time, you should fertilize your orchids, your vanda orchid, once a week with quarter strength balanced fertilizer. During blooming period, no need to fertilize your plant. In winter season, you can give once a month a balanced fertilizer, but remember, before fertilizing you must water your plant thoroughly, then give fertilizer on your plant. So that's all for today. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get more updates. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.